Welcome, my friends, to a brand new, well, maybe not brand new, but at least a really cool and new to me mod by the name of Quality Tools, made by Tmtravlr. It adds a certain quality to any kind of tools, armor, or other items that randomizes it a little bit, mixes it up, gives you a bonus or perhaps maybe even a negative. And I should mention that today's episode is brought to you by Lil Mighty. Thank you very much for your patronage, sir. It has been much appreciated. Thank you once again, Lil Mighty. So with that out of the way, let's talk about Quality Tools. This is a really cool little mod that adds kind of like a Diablo-esque style play. If you look here, I've got an iron axe. It has minus 15% dig speed and minus 15% attack speed. This next one has plus 10% attack speed and minus 5% attack damage, and so on. They can get really bad, but they can get pretty good, you know, plus 20% attack speed, extra reach distance. It's all good. And you can see it's got a crit chance written in there and a quality of sweeping. This one is long. This one is worthless. This one's thin. That one's bulky. So you've got different stat options for the same thing. Now, these are instantly generated upon the creation or obtaining of the tool. So if I were to craft one up on a crafting table, it would randomly generate some kind of stat on this. So you might be making a bulky axe instead of a sweeping axe. Not like the recipe changes or anything, but that is just one way of doing it. Now, this doesn't just apply to things like axes. This will apply to just about any kind of non-stackable tool or item or armor, or, you know, like an elytra, fishing rods, bows. But there's even a few extra things in here that this mod adds. Now, there are only 3 items this mod adds, and that is a Reforging Station, which I've got 3 of sitting right here with a few different items on there. It renders really nicely the items that you put in. Like it a lot. Very well done. As well as these here, a little gemmed ring and an amulet, just in case you don't have baubles already installed. It does work with baubles, as you can see. I've got some really good an amulet and a couple rings in here. You can even see down here I've got some really weird stuff going on. Looks like some kind of glitch going on. No, that's not a glitch. That's magic shielding, my friends. Help prevent you from taking some magic damage, as well as a little bit of extra health. Where am I getting these things from? Well, I'm currently wearing 4 items, and I'm carrying a 5th. The 5th being an iron axe that is actually really, really cruddy. So that's actually giving me minuses. But I do have this emerald amulet of undying, which gives me damage resistance, max health bonus, and magic shielding. This emerald ring giving me projectile attack and magic damage bonuses. And then, of course, I've got another undying ring, which gives me damage resistance, max health, and more magic shielding. Stack all the magic shielding together, which of course my black shield of the Mischief is also giving me a little bonus of, and I get myself 3 points of magic shielding on here, which is really cool. So anything that qualifies as magic damage in here, like harm potions and stuff from witches, will be reduced because of this kind of magic armor that you're going to be equipping. Now, you can use this here, these little reforging stations, to make or reforge the items that you desire. Now, before I show you those, though, I feel I should show you these little rings here. An emerald amulet is made just with some gold nuggets and an emerald. An emerald ring is made with some gold nuggets and another emerald. And of course, when you make those, they could be really crappy. They could be something like this, you know, where they give you minuses. So how do you reforge something like that without remaking the tool? You could remake the tool. Perhaps you have a ton of gold nuggets and emeralds. But instead, at the cost of just a single emerald, or usually the tool's main ingredient, or most pricey ingredient, is usually what is used. In this case, an iron axe is using an iron ingot. So you see here this little forge hammer here. If I take this out, you notice that this actually disappears into, you know, it goes flat. There's no raised texture. It's not going to use wood planks because wood sticks and stuff are used. I put the iron ingots in, and it gets, you know, kind of raised texture, and therefore, when I hover over it, you can see it lights up. Therefore, this can be used to reforge. So right now I've got a regular iron axe. You know what? That's fine. Let's take this bulky axe that is really terrible here, and let's click this a few times. Oh, that's a little bit better, but not much. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that just got that sweeping ability on there, which makes it a much improved axe. And rather than remaking axes and trying to re-roll something good, It cost me a couple iron ingots, and I can do this. Now, of course, I can do this with like chest plate as well. Let's, oh, -1 armor, no. Plus 0.5. We can do better than this. Okay, so I've re-rolled a whole lot. As you can tell, I'm down to 17 ingots. You can get really carried away with losing materials here, but I just wanted to use this as an example. You can get benefits and minuses on here. Sometimes one will offset the other. In this case, you might want the extra armor for the 5% speed reduction. Maybe you've got some way too fast of a speed going on and this doesn't really matter to you. Or you wanted something else, like just the extra armor, just by re-rolling this a few times. So it's just giving you an idea. I mean, if I were to take a bow and put some wood in here, you can re-roll those stats. Ooh, it's clumsy. Well, either way, you can also do this with things like fishing rod. And there we go. It is now a lucky fishing rod. So you get a little bit of a bonus to luck. You can use this for things like elytras even. Add on some, there we go, dig speed, attack speed. So that benefits you as well. And with these emeralds, or these emerald rings and amulets, as you saw here in my bauble slot, I can wear 2 rings and an amulet all at once. So therefore, it might benefit me to do so. And just by looking at this, it's empty. There's nothing on it. Sometimes you won't actually get anything on it. You can re-roll that. Oh, there we go. A bonus already. Dig speed cost me an emerald, and so on. So it's really, really cool. But this isn't everything it can do. There is still one more thing. And of course, I could also add in bonuses for my shield as well and just use some wood planks for that one. But it has a default setting so that if your tools don't count, like in the case of this crystal sword, the recipe for this usually is made on a luminous crafting table. This is from the Astral Sorcery mod, and it usually requires some kind of tuned or regular rock crystal or celestial crystal. It has an availability of stuff. So if I were to take a regular rock crystal and try and use that, it's not going to let you re-roll stats on it. But you see it's already got some pretty good bonuses. There we go. Some pretty good bonuses as it is. But if I wanted to re-roll that, how would I go about doing it? Well, one, you could add it in specifically for that tool into the config options. Alternately, there's another star option. And that will affect any of these items in my inventory, as well as plenty of others in here. If it can generate stats, but the mod doesn't recognize the crafting material, then this will allow you to still re-roll that stat. There we go. It is now a crappy crystal sword, if there even is such a thing. But you get the idea now. That's pretty much it. It's just a little bit of variety, adds a little bit of interest to mob drops as well as creations, so that if you wanted to, you might be able to, kind of make your own little Diablo-esque style loot mod, set them up for mobs and, well, just crafting and stuff. It's a lot of fun. I really, really like this mod a lot. Great job, Tmtravlr, for doing this one up here. So if you guys enjoyed this video, and perhaps maybe even some others on the channel, feel free to give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, be sure to spread the mischief to others if you think that they'll enjoy this kind of content too. And don't be afraid to check us out on Twitch, Discord, Twitter, Instagram, all those other links that you can check in the description below. And until next time, I'll see ya.